It's Wednesday, so you know what that means. Time for AM Biz. Now, you know it takes only 5 cities to have about 4 albums of music from different artists. That's when pirated, of course. Now, if you did this legally, you would be paying about 30 cities. Producers like Marco Grekumante are calling for self-pirating so that their acts can make money. Until then, the 80-album producer says it is no longer worth producing.
Amachi Dede's music blurs a hot afternoon at Circle, one of Ghana's music legends. This is not because people enjoying it actually paid for it. Mr. Ishan is the person ripping the music. A long list in his hand, not only Ghanaian artists suffer this piracy. Ishan has been doing this over the years, learning it from a friend. After enjoying the music, he passes it on to others who in turn rip it. So I sought to find out if he knows that this is delving a big blow into Amachi Dede, whom he claims he loves. When you buy, Amachi Dede makes money, isn't it? You like Amachi Dede, don't you?
I like it very much.
Okay, so why don't you buy the albums so that Amachi Dede makes money?
I like Amachi Dede, but not all the songs make me sweet to me. That's why I choose those that are very good to me. Yeah. Likewise, Bob Marley. Like I told you, when I joined them. So whatever I'm playing suits me. Unlike when I play the whole album, and I play some parts suits me, some parts doesn't suit me. Still, he makes his money because just few people like the way I'm doing, just very few people. Many people like the whole album. Yeah. So I don't think it costs, I mean, it's a problem to him.
You think it's not a problem for Amachi Dede? Sometimes do you play some of the music when you're on duty?
I played there. Wow. Yeah, that makes us not to fall asleep.
Feels sleepy. Wow. So the music keeps you awake?
Very good.
Okay. So how many songs can you play, for example, throughout the night?
Well, it depends. You see, when I put the pen drive into the system, it plays. Now we also work. You come back and sit down and listen. And customer come, we wake up and serve them, and we come and listen. Yeah, until it gets finished, and then we reset it into the system again.
For 38 tracks from different albums, he's paying only 5 cedis, which is like putting 4 albums together. This, he says, it's because he has been a customer for years. That's the rebate. If it wasn't him and you were going to a new person, how much would you have paid for the 38 songs?
It should be more than at least 15 Ghana.
15 cedis. Why is it that expensive?
Well, that one is different from when you are making your own selection. That's the difference.
Okay. So this selection that you have made, when next will you come back?
Well, some come to my room and they even listen. So how do you do it? So I do it. I pass it down. So okay, let me give you money, and then you go and buy new one, new pen drive, and then do it.
Zachary owns the illegal business. He says Ghana Music Rights Organization, the music organization expected to help musicians make money from their intellectual property, has been called upon several times to make this legal.
Way back, 10 years, 15 years ago, we call office. Now, Omubechichi, Omuchia. Now, the binima call hot and cool. And I call catch them say, we want to. You per se, Omumboy and Nayan because day in, day out in the Jumano, Nian and so see me a meeting when who mean Jaya, Matthias, and Majai, but Obisha took room and I'll be a yago pen drive so I said 2 years ago, and I said 1 year ago. Gambo Ankasa man and crop for bar around every paper. Say we should feel it. But if we are up to date, and so you show me some freya because yankasa ye friend yankasa ye ko say maye ye na ye nim omo to krom what you say so umami right now me so minim omo to krom and one say obi a wo to krom antua then I came to you papa but to make it to awudi ma me no obi shaha ono so ye ontua me tua so ye be ye ne den na me see you on my friend up to date my affiliate I dey come one guy called Nana ewa I'm so my friend but other places in so me name say sa na akosi o say am kosi say but music need here many of the musicians and Eddie Bray and yes say nyan wo to problem na say bibi omo na omo dey Bray because omo see omo dey come DJs na omo tuya payola kese but you know obi ba na dey amano enti okotie na any dey na okoshow then he follow and go.
According to the Copyright Law 2005 Act 690, a person's copyright over a property expires 50 years after they have died. And in this case, Amachidede is still alive, a clear violation. Marco Krekomante in several years has produced 80 albums. In his words, it's like pouring water in a basket, producing music now. Local producers could not keep up with the digitization that came with the millennium. Making money from YouTube for Mark is not an option.
Are you making money on this?
At the moment, no.
Why?
Because I even stopped replicating or duplicating my CDs on the market because people don't buy hard copies. And even online, anytime I tried YouTube, I see my songs there. You don't know who put them there, and the person is milking me. Yeah, I'm not getting the time to follow up on these things. But I'm not the only one. There are a lot of people in the space who people are just taking their songs and they're just putting on YouTube.
Is it because you guys haven't come abreast with technology?
It's not so. Along the line, the transition, we got confused with the transition. And the monies that we were getting from the telecommunications to were not good enough for us, relatively. And so the motivation was low to want to sell online. And most of us came from the era where you could produce one album and sell 700,000 copies and calculate the profits. So if you are called, most of these young ones didn't see that kind of investment. And so when they are called that, oh, YouTube, you have this amount, they are happy. But some of us saw some good money from productions. And so when it's when they download, they give it this amount. And so if you calculate and it is not something that freaks you, you don't want to go back to it. But maybe moving forward, the ordinary Ghanaian is gradually warming up towards downloads.
What about self-piracy, the act of music producers putting their own agents in strategic places to rip songs for clients?
Years ago, we wanted to pirate ourselves, as in get reps who do the same jobs as we are doing in the circle, so that it becomes legit piracy. So we have given them the license to do that kind of job, rip or download or sell our music on various formats, whether it is a CD, it's a pen drive, or yes, so that they come and pay the royalties to the real owners. At the moment, it's going to the wrong pockets. So if we're able to replace the people with our own people, then we are the ones pirating ourselves, in quotes, and then the money comes to the real owners. About 5 years ago, I spoke to some entrepreneurs. It requires some huge capital because we wanted to do it national, not. And then you need to get the rights from Gamro, and even that, those who are not members of Gamro cannot give you the rights. So you have to look for them directly. So it's a big job where you make sure that when a song is released today, every part of the country has the technology to go download.
Piracy is not only a problem on the streets, but in media houses. Music played at radio and TV stations are expected to be listed and given to Gamro, and based on that, musicians paid.
I know say I've been gone for a long while now. Where you they call, but I know the big. And so we're bound to sign himself, boy, and I am wild. And all I want be your happiness.
Manifest is a Ghanaian musician taking his benefits from a copyright agency in America. He cannot trust that this really goes on appropriately and Gamro's ability to liaise with other copyright agencies.
You can be with one, even though I'm with ASCAP, which is based in the US. PRS pays my money to ASCAP. Samro in South Africa pays, so Gamro should be able to do the same. So Gamro should also be able to do the same for its members for other what do you call it, territories. If you're a member of Gamro and I think your music is being played in South Africa and other things, they should be able to receive royalties on your behalf. And I don't think that's quite what's happening. Yes, it is different, not in terms of what they've been tasked to do, but I think obviously they have more infrastructure to be able to find out where the songs are being played, etc. But I think our Ghanaian one there seems to be a problem because I don't know if they can even collect royalties elsewhere on behalf of their members. And I think there's this misconception people have that I have to be a member of Gamro to get royalties. No, that's false. That's very false. You don't have to be a member of Gamro. You have to be a member of a rights society. And I'm a member of ASCAP, so I should be entitled to, Gamro should be able to collect and pay. Because, for instance, the reason why the data collection needs to be on point is I think there's been an issue about how money has been distributed. How is it being distributed? You know, if Kwesi Arthur or King Promise is getting played 10 times a day and Manifest is getting played 5 times, I shouldn't get the same as them. I shouldn't get more than them or the same. It's according to usage, you know. So I think we need to fix that. And I think it can be fixed. I'm not pointing fingers. I'm just saying that we do have a broken system in that regard. And I believe there's probably laws that mandate what Gamro is doing. And we need enforcement.
In the United Kingdom, piracy of music online could attract 2 years in prison, and there are efforts to extend it to 10 years. People in Ghana could also be imprisoned for 2 years, but this is obviously not happening.
You make the investment, it gets into the basket. By the time you are through, it's gone down because there are loopholes. In every part of the world, you cannot take out piracy 100%. But in our part of the world now, it's become the norm. And that is why, where I sit now, with government, we have an agenda to set up a special high court that would deal with only intellectual properties, that would deal with things like this. So those who also sell cloth, who believe that people take their cloth, they design to China, they go and pirate it, and then they bring it back. So we call it bootleg. It's a special area. You know, many people in this space of legal space don't even understand how it works, this piracy things. So judges will be trained for this particular area. Prosecutors will be trained for this particular area. So we'll begin. And then people manifest.